here we are in Hollywood. Much different than what we're normally doing here on the channel, but it has been impossible with the holidays and everything else going on, with the new moon and the weather that we've actually had to actually get out in the desert under clear skies. So I used to do a lot of city photography. I want to come back to it a little bit. So here we are coming back. I took this picture years ago. I'm gonna try to drag it up here so I can show it to you. Let's see if I've gotten any better in like 7 years of taking pictures. I've always loved Capitol Records at Christmas time. We're gonna get the Christmas tree illuminated. It looks like it's shaping up to be a clear, beautiful sunset. The last like 5 days in a row, we've had these beautiful streaming colored clouds. I think it looks like we got some haze that's gonna turn into some color in the sky, hopefully. If not, whatever. We're here to shoot the building. I'm gonna get this shot, then we're gonna go down in there, we're gonna get some other shots. We'll see how we do. It's a return to city photography, and if you like this, let me know in the comments. I'll do more city photography videos. I love urban photography, city photography, whatever you want to call it. I love it. It's really what I started doing. I'm definitely going to keep doing the stars, but this will help me make more content, more consistent content, and just keep getting better and improving. And that's really the goal, and it's a lot of fun. This vantage point may not be the best. There's a fence right here, as you can see, I'm pretty sure. There's a hole in the fence. Pretty sure we're not supposed to go over there, but I'm gonna go down in there. I'm gonna try to keep it low profile. We're not gonna go down there now. We're gonna go down there when the time is right, when the light is right. We're gonna try to get the best view of Capitol Records, and we'll see what happens. All right, so we've got our 85 millimeter Sigma art lens. I just bought it, and I really thought the first time I was gonna use it would be for a tracked astro photography shot, but here we are in Hollywood. First time I'm ever putting it on the camera, and I think it's gonna be the perfect lens to get over the 101, and we're gonna have to do a pano. It's too close to get the whole scene in one shot, but if we do a pano, we're gonna have incredible detail, and we're gonna capture everything, and this could be really good. I shot this thing so many ways. I shot like 5 panels, portrait, landscape, different focal lengths, different shutter speeds, different ISOs. If I don't have one good panel of this, then I'm retiring, officially retiring, I promise. But it's a beautiful sight. We're happy tonight. I'm just kidding. So yeah, now let's go down there and let's get a couple more creative shots, and we'll see if we can put a video together. All right, so here we are now on the street, Capitol Records right behind us. I didn't want to get the most basic shot possible, so I'm trying to be creative. I wanted to try to get a shot of one of the Hollywood stars in focus with Capitol Records out of focus. Now, it's really tough to do that. My first obstacle was, I'm not on Hollywood Boulevard. I'm on Vine, I'm pretty sure. I don't even know what street I'm on. But I wanted to see if there was going to be any decent stars on this part with Capitol Records in the background, and look at this. Doesn't get much bigger than Mr. James Dean. So James Dean in focus, Capitol Records right there. We're going for a creative shot. We want to throw Capitol Records out of focus and have James Dean in focus, and I want the traffic lights. Now, the challenge, got the 14 millimeter on here. All right, so I didn't really explain this correctly when I was out there actually taking the picture. So the challenge was that I needed a shutter speed long enough to get to make the cars look like the traffic streaks, for lack of a better term. But with the shutter speed so slow, I had to really stop down. I couldn't have the aperture wide open, so it was really hard to put Capitol Records out of focus. And if Capitol Records wasn't completely out of focus, then it would just look like I didn't focus correctly, and the whole shot really wouldn't make sense as kind of an abstract shot. I actually ended up getting out this little tripod so I could really emphasize the James Dean star. It really wasn't as prominent as I hoped it would be. But I don't really think this worked out in general. I spent about 45 minutes kneeling down talking to my camera on Hollywood Boulevard. So it is what it is. Here's what I got. Before I started my channel, I used to watch landscape photography videos on YouTube and wonder, are my photos worthy of this platform? Well, this is why. If you've been putting off starting your channel because you're insecure about your talent, just look at this. What are you waiting for? I don't hate the idea, but it just didn't work. Here's a more conservative attempt that isn't completely terrible. So we're shooting the last shot right now. I'm pretty much out of gas, but I thought it'd be cool to get Capitol Records with the Pineapple Express, because nothing says Hollywood more than weed and iconic buildings. So that's what we're trying, long exposure. Traffic's moving, so we're gonna hit it. We've got a 14-second exposure here, and the more traffic, the better. We'll see what happens. Here we go. This one's okay. I like the colors. I love the lights. The traffic came out pretty nice. The composition seems a little cluttered though. You know, I gotta admit, I really did have the thought that I would just go to Hollywood and take some epic city landscapes, even though I hadn't taken this type of photos in years. So this experience was a bit humbling, but also exciting. Editing these photos, even though they didn't come out really that well, it reminded me of why I used to love to take urban landscapes years ago. Here are a few of the ones I'm actually proud of from years back. When I edit these photos, I get a similar satisfaction as to when I edit Milky Way exposures. I love adjusting the highlights and the shadows to the perfect balance of color and contrast. I love thinking about how I'm gonna edit the picture while I'm taking the picture, like exposing for the highlights and deciding how long of an exposure to take based on the conditions. Really making these decisions based on how I know I'm gonna interpret them in Lightroom afterwards. It's a process that's really fun for me, and I'm excited to get back to it. So let me know in the comments if you want to see more urban photography on this channel, or if all of this sucks and I should just stick to what I was gonna say what I'm good at, but stick to what I was doing before. So if you stuck around till now, do me a favor, like the video on the way out, and I'll see you next time.